I am super excited. Like I said, that's the one thing I celebrate is birthday. If I don't celebrate nothing else, I'm celebrating those. So, but well, I don't mind. I'm gonna be 43, y'all. I'm gonna be happy about it. Happy about it. It's a blessing to be able to see it, daggone it. That's why I don't even mind talking about it. I mean, if we have to do a pop up on y'all, y'all know how we do. We'll get it done. One thing I will say though is I was able to play that they the little I guess they could let me hear you preach challenge thing today. It was funny. It was funny. So I think that that is going to be one of our themes for one of our shows coming up. The Let Me Hear You Preach challenge. So what they would do is they gave you topics and they would just throw the topic out there. You had to find something biblical to talk about the topic. So so they gave me the Princess and the Frog. I got Tangled. Um, Tangled was one of them. The Princess and the Frog, Beauty and the Beast. Um, and so I had to come from that with a biblical perspective, and we cracked up because I came with it. I was ready, so So I think that we're gonna do that one night, y'all. Or we're gonna throw out y'all can throw out the topics, and we're gonna give y'all the biblical perspective on y'all topics that y'all want to throw out. What I did like 2 3 minutes. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so that was, it was fun. It was fun, but it keep you on your toes though. So for those of y'all that's been talking about, hey, you want to get more in your word, this is actually a way to do it because you gotta think of something biblically that goes with what they just gave you. So yeah, yeah. So like for Beauty and the Beast, I talked about Ruth and Boaz. For Tangled, I came from being wrapped up, tied up in Jesus. That's where I came from for Tangled. And then who else did I have? Um oh, Humpty Dumpty. Humpty Dumpty. And I talked about how Humpty didn't have the right friends. Because they couldn't put them back together again the right way. So I talked about, I talked about Humpty having the wrong friend. So, you know, about how when the Lord put the back on the potter's wheel, He can reshape you and repair all the cracks. His friends couldn't do that, so yeah. So we that's what we that's what we did, and it was pretty fun. So, um, but you got to be able to come from a biblical perspective with whatever's thrown out, and so it keep you on your toes. Let's just put it that way. Yeah, and so and then I also want us to have like another little fun night and get Mr. Majors back up here with his game and get more people on the screen. Because me and him been talking a lot about that. So I want to get some folks up here and see what they know, you know, kind of deal. So we gonna see. We're gonna put it out there. I'm gonna see if we can make a flyer, and put it out so we could get some feelers and see who want to come up, and then just because he opened it for any night. So we just gotta let him know. Um, but yeah, so we got some things coming for y'all, um, and I think that that's gonna be one of them. Do some fun stuff. So I think that the topic thing is a fun spin on the Q&A. So you throw out the topic and we come from a biblical place, give you 2, 3 minutes on your topic that you throw out. So yeah. Yeah. Because it's gonna be halfway funny. And then the rest of it's gonna be halfway enlightening. Yeah. But other than that, y'all, we just want y'all to go please register for the conference. We are already gearing up, not just for the one in October, we're also gearing up for next year already too. Y'all. So we need to do that. We need to get that out there. If Quentin didn't y'all before I came in, we need to know if y'all got any type of food allergies for Saturday. So please, when you RSVP, if you have a food allergy, we need y'all to put that in the note section somewhere, somewhere. Email us or inbox us and let us know. Um, I'm gonna be jabby. I ain't even gonna lie. Yeah, I got that and plenty of liquid bitter drill. Okay, I keep it on me at all times. Um, so this is the reason why we asking y'all if y'all have food allergies. All right, so y'all gotta let us know due to what we may cook. You may not be able to consume. So these are things that we need to know. Even with certain things that you drink, we do know that there are some people that are allergic to citrus. You may not be able to drink something that we make because I do make punches. In my punches, I put citrus. So I need to know if you guys have allergies, please. I appreciate y'all so much. Um, Other than that, do I have one? Upstate New York to be exact. All right. So, and we'll be putting up a save the date flyer too. So you guys will get it early. Why? Because this one is not here. It's not virtual. Well, it may be virtual. We might try to air it, but there's no guarantee. Um, but it is definitely gonna be in person. Okay. Same thing with July. I can't tell y'all for sure. It's about if the people that want the conference in July to come out, if they could get the venue, then you guys is to be in person. Right now, the spot that has been chosen or the spot that said they wanted it is California. So until I have a lockdown venue, that is not guaranteed. Okay. Virtual is always going to be guaranteed for July. But until I have a lockdown venue for the people that have asked for it to come where they are, that's not guaranteed until I got somebody that got a lockdown venue. Okay. So just so y'all know, right? Also, Clint's birthday next year. You guys are going to start to see the information about that between December and January. You got pretty much a literally whole entire year almost to pay your portion of the trip off. Again, if you pay your deposit and you decide not to go close to the time that it's time for us to go, it's not refundable. Okay, we just giving you that disclaimer. Why? Because somebody who wanted to go could have went, but we held the spot for you, and then you wait 2 weeks before we get ready to go to say you ain't going nowhere. Okay, I've seen it happen too many times, so it will be non-refundable deposit. Just so you know, because it takes a lot of work to put this type of stuff together, and when you do stuff like that, it makes it harder on us. So just so you know. All right. And then we are so putting some retreats together for next year. You guys will get information about those um, as soon as we get everything solidified and set up. The first retreat is a prayer retreat. Okay. Yeah. The first retreat is gonna be a prayer retreat, and it is actually gonna be in January, y'all. Because if for the ones that know us, y'all know that we fast in January also coming into the new year. So we're gonna be doing a prayer retreat. And so you guys will get the opportunity to come on in and stuff. They're gonna be sessions and all that good stuff. Yeah. So I will give y'all that will be coming out in October. To give you time to prepare for that. And then there are more retreats to come. So next year is gonna be full of events, y'all. All right. For those of y'all that have been asking for my gala, that's coming. That's my birthday next year. It's the gala. So yeah. Taking up donations. Are you in need of certain types of items? Okay. 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 Well, y'all heard it. So um listen, she talking about toiletries. I make all my toiletries now. So it'll be stuff that I make that'll be sent out. So um that way it makes it a little easier for some of us to do what we gotta do. Because I don't know, I've just realized, especially with me, me being so sensitive to everything, it kind of makes it easier for me now. So, but yeah, so that's what we're going to do with that. Same thing for Christmas, y'all. Same thing we have been doing for the last, what, 4 years now, five almost. Um, Thanksgiving and Christmas holiday for the folks that celebrate it. We still like to make sure that people can eat, and maybe get the kiddos a couple toys. You know, we're not asking for a whole lot, but we do have people that are less fortunate. There are people that are worse off than us. You know what I mean? Now, am I sitting here saying that we got it all together? No, that's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying there are people who don't know where their next meal gonna come from, and they babies may not have nothing. So we do want to make sure that we can help somebody somewhere, be able to do something for their families during the holiday time. All right. Um, so again, you can inbox both of us for those. For the shelter stuff, please make sure you inbox Clint because I'm not where she is. So if y'all inbox me, I would still have to get it to her. Okay. It would just be easier for you guys to send it to her. All right. For that type of stuff. If it's yeah. Yeah, it's too much going on for that anyway. We already know for those of you that have always supported, we appreciate y'all. Always. But we do want to make sure that we can continuously help people. Okay. So and same thing. Y'all already know for what y'all do. Bags of love. We appreciate y'all always. Bags of love is going to be able to give out the last couple bags that it wanted to do before December. So we bless the Lord for that. Um, but next year, Bags of Love wants to do it big. So we are going to collab with our nonprofits together. We're going to do an outside event because we were supposed to do it last year and couldn't. And so we are going to collab and do that event. We're going to do one here, one there, and then we just going to keep it going. It's no stopping over here. We got a whole lot of momentum, and we're going to make sure that stuff get done. Right. So that's what we're doing. Yeah. There's no stopping because people choose not to do. It's okay. It's okay. It's not something that we're trying to drill it into nobody. You either want to give or you don't. It's just like when you go to church. You either gonna give or you're not. Just that simple. You know. So, but the Lord, the Lord does bless those who bless others. So remember that. All right. So that's one thing that we make sure we do. Um, and so, um, with the I don't know because Quentin hasn't talked about it a lot. So what is the going on with the Veterans Corner? Also, I don't know if Quint mentioned it or not, but we were talking about it before. If you would like to be a vendor for the conference, there are what 2 tables or 3 tables left? Two. There are 2 tables left, and I believe we say 60 apiece, and there's 60 apiece. So if you would like to be a vendor for the conference, please let us know. Let us know what you would like to vend. Um, we ask that for a reason. We do have people that are already doing certain things. We don't want to have the same kind of vendors sitting in one place. All right. And so it's not like that we'll say no because we're going to have other stuff coming on and going on later on as time progresses. But we don't want to have 4 different people selling the same stuff. We want to make sure that everybody can be supported. So this is the reason why if you say that's what you want to do, we need to know what you're going to be vending that night. All right. So, um, and you're welcome if you do home handmade stuff. That's fine. We just need to know what you're making and what you're going to be vending. Yeah. And if you want to be a part, but you don't want a table, we are also accepting items to go in the bags that are going to be given out. So if you have items that you would like to send to put in the bags, let us know. You can either send them to me or Quint, and then we will get and make sure you add your business cards with your stuff. So please make sure that you do that, so that the people will know who made it, and if they want to reach out to you to get more stuff, they can. All right. So and we're also accepting it that way too as well. We will make sure that on the very next show that we do after the conference, we would definitely shout you all out. All right. So make sure that you guys know that it's not just something that, oh, we just would no. When we do what we do, we like to shout out to people that send what they send. We like to support small businesses, y'all. Okay. So that is something that we're definitely going to do. We'll also reach out to you so that we can also get you to come on the show and talk about your stuff. So it's not just going to be the shout out. We will reach out to you too. I need y'all to get out of the comfort zone, if that's what y'all want to call it. You don't have to come up here and show your face, but you can still talk about what you do, right? And so we would just like to get y'all out there and get y'all more exposure if you allow us to. Okay. So that is something that we're still working on and definitely want to do. All right. Um, just so you guys know, going forward, some of the stuff might be changing a little bit. Y'all might see different um how it's coming up and being viewed differently on the platforms right here lately. Um, for those of you that has been inboxing me to ask me what's going on, listen, Facebook gonna put me in Facebook jail, y'all. Why? I don't know. I know it has a lot to do with our last show. Because I disagreed with the young lady. So I'm in Facebook jail for the next 19 days. I cannot go live. So that's the reason why y'all can't see anything on my Facebook page as far as lives are concerned. So if that's something that y'all want to see right now, you would have to view me through my other pages, which is Rumble, TikTok, YouTube, all of that. And that's how you guys will be able to see it for now. So after September, I'll be out of Facebook jail until I piss somebody else off, obviously. So you know, um, I guess that's how it go. So until I say, no to somebody else's foolishness, I guess I'll do it again. Um, but yeah, you're not able to see it. When you go to YouTube page, it's not showing that it's live. Okay, I'm about okay. But yeah, y'all. So for those of y'all that have asked, I'm currently in Facebook jail. Um, but I will after September. I'll be back on my regular standard. You know, uh, we'll be back to our regular little schedule with that stuff. Listen, I need the Saints to get their life right. You mean the YouTube? Okay, okay. So yeah, like I said, it's okay, y'all. I ain't mad. Again, I'm not gonna again. There are monkeys ain't stopping my show. How about that? Like, I'm not mad, y'all. I'm not. Y'all see me smiling and laughing over here. It's Facebook is not the only platform, you know. And I've told multiple people that when one do something, you got other ones to go to. Um, so yeah. No. One more thing, y'all. No, we ain't even gonna talk about that tonight. Anyway, um, Um, this whole um, it's been this big debacle about the movie um Deliverance, right? I don't know why the Christian folk is having such a debate. I don't. I really don't understand why everybody is such an uproar and you got your panties in a bunch. Um, the reason why I say that is because if you come from a deliverance based church, then what you saw in the movie, you've seen it before, right? You've seen it at work. You've dealt with it before if you came from a deliverance based ministry, and that's what y'all do. For the people that may not deal with that so much and are not used to that, then I get it. Where the questions and a whole bunch of other stuff may come in for. But this is the thing. The main thing that I see that all of y'all got something to say about is when the woman said, told the lady, the girl mama, we don't do that here, and told her to go somewhere else. I'm glad she told her to go somewhere else because at the end of the day, if she ain't got the capacity to help her in that type of area, she needed to go somewhere else, dealing with what they were dealing with, right? And then even the one that told the daughter, I am the apostle. She was the apostle that didn't have enough power. She said before she had the issue because she couldn't fight it. She still couldn't fight it this time. Different, yes. This time she walked in a little bit more authority, but where she went wrong is when that thing started slinging her all across that living room. Honey, that fear kicked in real good. And she lost all the authority that she had. Now, yes, them little imps will tell you about yourself. Okay. So you have, yeah, yeah, right. And so they will tell you about yourself now. So you got to come correct. You come in front of something that no, you know what I'm saying? It's job to know. And it's telling you what you can and can't, right? But you still have to walk in the authority of who God has made you and know that he got you covered. That was kind of like the biggest thing for me. And then the part that everybody else is talking about is how the mom all of a sudden who had no faith didn't want to go to church, didn't want to talk about nobody at church, didn't want to talk about Jesus, wanted to take her whole mama cross off the wall. You understand? Go from that to she's the one down in the basement talking and speaking in tongues and slinging the thing everywhere. Right? But what it was is sometimes when you find yourself up against a brick wall, when you realize the only one that can help you fight that fight. That you have, yeah. Mhm. Yeah. When she got it out there one time, you see how quick it put his foot on her neck. You understand? And that's what the enemy be trying to do for real. But y'all gotta understand that like it was a whole lot of spiritual meaning in the movie, right? Um, and one of the biggest takeaways is when the it walked away thinking that it was done. It had accomplished what it came to accomplish. But she stood up with her hands in the air. That was the sign of surrenderance, right? When she went into the sign of surrenderance, that was it. That was it. When she went into the sign of surrenderance and put her hands up and just started calling on him and saying what she was saying. Honey, when the Holy Ghost kicked in, 'cause somebody didn't have no ghost at all. Okay. When he kicked in, he came in full force. And honey, yeah. Yeah. But we not telling y'all to go watch the movie. Alone. Yeah. Story, yes. Mhm. Right, right. But listen, Imma tell y'all where she went wrong. When they got in that living room and she started speaking in authority, where she went wrong was when she started having a conversation with it. And that's where everything just went left field. Right. And so when she started having a conversation with it and it's talking back to her and telling her about her and telling her what she that's where it just went left field. Because you the conversation you shouldn't be having. Its job is to what? If you know the three, we know the three words, right? Without me having to say it, right? And so we know what the job is. At the end of the day, first of all, do you really think the enemy gonna tell you the truth? Let's go there. So the again, you're not supposed to have a full fledged conversation. You just you just got to cast it out. That's it. Yep. Yep. And yes. Yeah. Yeah. And that's the thing that that's the thing that messed her up. And then when it realized that it had its hold like it wanted to have, honey, it tossed her across that living room like she was a rag doll. You know what I mean? And then when she realized what was getting ready to happen, she said, "This is it for me. You gotta finish it. You gotta do what I couldn't do." And you know what I mean? And so that's when it came down to not only are you mama, because that's your kids, you gotta be mama with some power now. And you gotta be mama that ain't scared. Mama that's done. You tired. You know what I'm saying? And that's it's a different kind of mama when you sick and tired, right? And so that's pretty much what it had to come down to, y'all. But you know, even if y'all go back and watch what Lee Daniels said happened during the making of the movie. There's a reason why he let that movie sit on that the script sit on the shelf for so many years. There's certain doors you just shouldn't open, right? Um, and so you don't bring things into or onto yourself because you decided that you want to open the door, that you want to step in, and then you don't know what's on the other side of that door, right? It's a lot of things that he said transpired during the making of this movie. He also said that part where she caught the Holy Ghost in the basement was real. It wasn't supposed to happen on camera. So they chose to keep it in the movie. Right. You know what I'm saying? So they chose to keep it in the movie because he said that that was just random and it just came out of nowhere. There's no way that you could go in playing in a scene like that and not have the Holy Ghost come in so you can be built up in here playing stuff like that because you still open up stuff to yourself without playing a role. Yeah, yes. They should have been somebody praying for real with the portals that was open with them roles them babies played. You understand? But that's a whole nother convo. Yeah. So but I just kind of wanted to go and touch on that because I see that this still a debate. This should still be first. It shouldn't even be a debate amongst the Christendom in the first place. Y'all have been arguing a whole lot of arguments because some of the people in y'all ministry chose to go watch the movie. They grown. That was their choice. But if you, being the leaders that you guys are, have taught them about that type of thing, they already know how you feel about it and what they need to do. Don't go to your leader after you decide to go watching and say, "Hey, I need to be delivered." Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is that? You chose, right? And you chose to go watch it, and now Sunday you got to go get delivered. Okay, don't go watch it if you know that your spirit man can't handle that type of stuff. Don't do that to yourself. So but we don't have to make it a debate amongst the kingdom. It really don't have to go that way, y'all. Listen, that I happen to be a horror movie fan. Okay, I always have been. It don't bother me because I be the one sitting there while I'm watching it, talking about, well, Jesus. That be me while I'm watching it. I get a message from everything. So, like for real, for real. I literally do. I can watch something and turn it into a message quickly. You understand? So that's me. But everybody's not like that. And I can. So, and then I be sitting there just talking to the screen like they can hear me telling them how dumb they are. So, that's the other thing I be there sitting there doing too. So at the end of the day, it don't bother me. So and there's so many, it's so this stuff goes back long time, y'all. Long time. And that's the thing. Like the thing was telling them in the movie how old it was and how long it had been there. So that's the thing, y'all. These ain't no fresh imps because there's no such thing as a fresh imp. These the ones that just been patrolling, jumping and jumping and jumping and jumping. Do you know how long if for the ones of y'all that did watch it? Do y'all know how long that thing laid in wait for another family to buy this house? Yeah, it's just a land on the land. Yeah, yeah. When you open up pathways for stuff, it ain't just what you got it in. Yeah, no. Mhm, mhm. Yep. Quickly. Listen, she was quick. Auntie, she was quick to say, "Oh, we don't do that here." I said she was quick to say, "We don't do that here." Mhm. Yeah. And then the other part too, that I for the ones of y'all that did watch, the other part too that got me about her is when she said, "Well, he sent me. He ain't gonna never send you unprepared." Okay, that's the first thing. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, and that's the thing that got me. And she said that she was sent. Now, see, but this is the thing, y'all. You gotta who was you sent by? Because the imp also could have sent her. You understand? Just so he could do exactly what he did, get her out of the way, right? So at the end of the day, who sent you? Because the Lord ain't gonna never send you to something that you can't complete. That he ain't gonna do. So that's something else that y'all gotta realize too. But for everybody else, y'all main thing is, well, why did she have to tell the girl that she was an apostle? Why does she have to throw her title out there? People do it every day. Yeah, right, right, right. Hold on. We ain't gonna say she didn't know. She knew, but she didn't want no dealings. Yeah, yeah. But she said that when the lady asked her why she felt the way she felt, and she said it's because of stuff that happened to her in her childhood that she actually prayed about, that she felt like God chose not to stop. And then she had been bitter ever since. So that's another thing too. All of the everything that she was dealing with, she had to push all that junk to the side. She had to let that mess go. And what I'm saying? She had to walk into that. And so I'm actually kind of, in a way, I'm kind of glad that it went the way it went, because why? She was the one that wasn't gonna be punked out about it. Even with her, it slung her around too. But in the slinging her around, she still didn't stop. She was still persistent. Like, you not taking my baby. You understand? You not taking my baby. You know what I'm saying? And the whole time to think, well, he ain't here. Yes, he is. You know what I'm saying? And it's something. And if y'all didn't catch the fact that it turned into her, so now she facing herself. Like, y'all, I mean, y'all listen. We talk about the man in the mirror all the time. That was a literal man in the mirror moment. Remember when the yeah, he would fight himself. Yeah, that was the man in the mirror. And we talk about that all the time up here. That was the ultimate man in the mirror moment where you had to face yourself, but it's the exact opposite of you. It's that side of you that you don't want people to see. It's that side of you that you really ain't put down. That's what she was dealing with. And I mean, when you come face to face with that, the whole thing is, are you gonna crumble or you gonna step up and say, okay, okay. I mean, y'all, like I said, for me and her, totally different outlook on that. While everybody else in the uproar over some foolishness. You just bypass the whole message in the movie because y'all want to fight and go back and forth about something that we ain't even got to go fight and go back and forth over because we got so much from that, right? The whole time we was either typing it or picking up the phone and talking about, listen, you see, like all, all of this, right? Like the whole time, I said, I said, oh, she ready. Like that was us. Like I was, going in. And then I was telling her like what her brother-in-law did. I said, "Oh, when the little boy went up the wall, your brother-in-law said I got to go." Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, like you know, what I'm saying? Like listen, he said he had to go. He won't sit to watch nothing else. That was it for him, right? And so when it come down to stuff like that, me and her laughing, right? But because y'all don't know, like it is one of the moments to sit back and think about if we would have all been together. Oh, it probably would have been real good. For real, it is right. So I'm telling y'all, but everybody, yeah, and everybody's perception of stuff is the same. Right? We can sit here and pray about it the whole time we watching it. I was having saying apostles' favorite thing, the blood, like the whole time, like kind of thing going on. And I'm just sitting there looking at it, but I'm catching the message behind it. And I'm like, okay, I hear you. See you too, but I hear you. It's the stuff of how you perceive what you're taking in. Again, listen to what I said. It's not just what you're taking in, but it's the perception and how you choose to take it in. Right? I can see it with my eyes, what's going on. But my perception is, okay, God, what is it that you want me? What are you saying? Like that was my perception. You catch what I'm trying to say? So the flesh thing was gone. This is, oh, I caught that. That's the man in the mirror right there. Oh, I caught all that. Now she about to step up for real. And that other part of her ain't ready for what's coming. And then, like we were just saying, that whole total surrenderance, when she tossed her hand, the total surrenderance is what did it. That's what did it in at the end. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. But y'all, but did y'all catch what it did? Look at who it took out before it got to her. Her mama first, because her mama was the believer. Then you got the arrogant apostle, halfway arrogant apostle, right? That was the second one. And then it now it's left up to you. The one that don't want nothing to deal. And did y'all see how that worked out? Like if you sit back and look at how it went, the chain of events, there's a whole message in the chain of events. Did you see her face when Monique went to go see her and she was beat up afterwards? But it was the peace that rested on her. And yes, she said, until she seen it for herself. That's the problem with some of us. Honey, when that thing said, Julia like to watch you while you sleep, her face just, huh? did your mama tell you I had a son? No, no. And then when she called it by the child's name, and he said, "Oh, Andre ain't here." She was like, "What you mean?" Like you just that. I mean, it was just like Monique makes stuff funny anyway, but it was just like her whole face and like it was real for real. What you mean? He ain't here. Well, who am I talking to? And it started chuckling. That chuckle always does it. Like, who am I talking to? Oh, it's a lot of us. That would have been my cue to leave. It's a lot of you. Yes. And then when it got out of the restraints and it's got all that flow like a frog and went backwards. That was her cue. Then the dog go, then what she said to the doctor in the hallway. The doctor come out. Well, sometimes you just got she talking about I just watched him break out of restraints and go up a wall backwards. You tell me what else is supposed to push? Who's supposed to help me with that? Right? And then all the orderlies and stuff that was just standing there watching it. Listen, in the real life stories, those orderlies and nurses that was working that night quit the job. You understand? Because of what they saw. They go back to that facility. You feel me? So it's just like at the end of the day, how do you explain something to somebody that did not have the capacity to understand it? And she kept constantly telling her, my baby speaking in languages I ain't never heard them speak in. They talking to imaginary people that ain't here. They doing stuff that don't make sense. And even with the people from the school, the school counselor, how the school counselor gonna tell this woman, well, maybe he was just having a bad day. She said, ma'am, my son just defecated and ate his own son. How you gonna tell me that's a bad day? How you just there's something wrong with that situation. Definitely. It's just funny how, but again, it goes back to you wanting something from somebody who does not have the capacity to give it. Again, you know, and so mhm, yeah, yep, 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 yeah. And then on top of that, y'all arguing with the wrong people. There was a lot of people that literally had questions, and some of them valid. And so they wanted answers to the questions that they had about what they just saw. And so here they are thinking they can come to the season, folks, and just pose the question. It go from a question to you shouldn't have been watching that anyway. And da 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 da. Baby, you got a 22, 23-year-old person coming to you asking you questions because they didn't understand what they just saw. And that's how you approach. That's not how that go. And then you wonder why children and people don't want nothing to do with the Christian folk. Y'all don't know how to handle people. Y'all don't know how to handle people. Learn how to handle folks right. Because you're gonna have a problem when somebody mishandle you. So learn how to handle people right. Because I'm telling y'all, it don't have to go the way it's going. I can just imagine because I'm sure somebody's gonna make something that's even worse. On the movie, yeah. Yep. That part. Don't bash somebody else that's trying to understand just like you trying to understand. So don't bash somebody else. If anything, say, hold on, let us find out together. Because I don't have it. Yeah, like I don't have it. You can say how hard is it to say, baby, I ain't got the answer. But we're gonna find out, you know? Right, 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 right. Yeah. Because when you get curious about stuff like that, um, you gotta be very, very careful. Because it's a thin line between curious and you crossing it. Okay. So there's a very thin line. But at the end of the day, um, we just want y'all to understand that learn to hear him. Because there's a message in everything, literally. If you open your spiritual eyes to it and you can say, oh, it's you being too deep or whatever if that's how you want to take it, that's how you take it. But to somebody else, they just say, okay, I hear you. I see it. Yeah, yeah. That's why I brought it up. Because they said that they were at a people just got together and decided to get together to have a sit down conversation. In the conversation, some of them, ones that had not seen it, decided to rewatch it. So they watched it again for the ones that didn't see it, right? And so as they watching it, the one that was already curious is saying what they were curious about. Now, this is supposed to be a house full of Christian folk. And now you go from one that another person that come in happened to be a leader that comes in but shows up late. That person, y'all shouldn't be watching this anyway. And da 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 da. Now you opening up portals in other people's houses, and you just letting stuff. This is how it goes, and this how it ends. No, they just flew off, and so you can fly off all you like, but them babies still had questions. You feel me? You can fly off. The questions are still gonna remain because they done seen it, and now they got questions. So all the flying off you did was null and void because they still got questions. Now You gotta, clean up how you hurt the feelings, and then somebody still has to come back and try to answer these questions. And so it turned into that. So that's kind of like the biggest thing is like, listen, yeah, you have to be careful what you take in because it's gates, right? So yes, that is something that you do have to be careful about. But if it would have been me, that would not have been my reaction. My ultimate reaction wouldn't have been to walk in that way and start yelling and screaming. My thing is, okay, well, y'all already close to being finished with it anyway. So you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna finish it, and I'm gonna pray afterwards, and we're gonna talk about it because that's all they had to do. They didn't have to come in and respond the way they did. So in all things you do, your response is everything. I don't care what you do. Yeah, I don't care what you do. Listen, I don't care what you do and how you do it. In all things, your response is everything. So, but y'all just make sure y'all handle these kids right because it is a lot of kids that I personally know that watched it. Okay. Make sure y'all handle the babies right. They got questions. If you can't answer it, get them to somebody that can. Okay. Don't just bash them because of what they chose to ask or because they chose to sit down and watch it. Y'all ain't saying nothing when people go out and do other stuff that ain't got nothing to do with demonic. Do you bash them about that? No. But then you want to bash them about that only when somebody brings it up to say, "Oh, do you realize what's going to happen now that your child watched that? Just make sure you look out for." Are you trying to speak it? Because that's what it sounds like to me. Instead of speaking it, just cover. Hello, but that's you. Well, you right. You right. Okay, you right. Right. Never mind. Maybe, maybe, but hey, I think a lot of y'all, and I love y'all dearly. Okay, Christian folk. Um, Half of the problem with a lot of y'all is because when it got to that part about the man in the mirror, y'all ain't faced y'all yet. When you know you, certain things don't bother you, and so this movie left a lot of people speechless. It's just a lot of people with questions, but most of the people that have the questions are people that don't know about deliverance at all, or they're young folk. Hmm. Yep, you are fighting yourself, but a lot of times you are fighting yourself. Yeah, a clean heart. Y'all, she said Joseph. She thinking about Joseph, but she meant David. I don't know why she's saying Joseph. Either that or you need to pray for somebody with the name. We gonna cover all the Josephs tonight. How about that? We don't know which one it is. We just gonna cover all y'all. Anybody with the name Joseph, y'all finna get covered real good tonight. Okay. As a whole, yeah. Yeah. Listen, right. It's like you looking at yourself. Self, do this look good on me? You already know it don't. So you ask yourself, not another person. Okay. Right. Attitude. Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. Well, lift up. Huh. He will lift it up. Don't deserve, and it don't deserve a reaction. Got some things you can just be about. Like I had a situation today. I laughed so hard. Honey, if I wouldn't have been hurt so bad and wouldn't have been in there right on today and just inside that stove, honey, I probably would have hurt. Listen, I probably would have fell off laugh so hard. That's how hard I was laughing. Because I know the situation came to piss me off. Right? But instead of it making me mad, I laughed at it. And I laughed real good. And so it's like, when certain things and people want certain reactions out of you and they don't get it, it's like, come on. Like, really? Is this what you're doing? You're doing the same tactic, just a different face today. All right. I got it. You fail. Have a good day. And that was it. Like, I was proud. I was proud. I was laughing real hard. I laughed so hard I hurt my face. But I was proud. You feel me? So it's just like at the end of the day, I'm just thank you. Thank you. Cause this could have been one of them days where I may not have failed it. I might have failed it. But today won't it. Yeah. Like, listen, y'all, listen. Like, they understand you make me just want to go there. And I'm trying my best not to go there, right? You don't understand. So That's it. We both have. That's the thing about it. We both have. Mhm. Oh. Well, we ready to go to bed. Y'all see I done yawned a few times. I've been listen, I'm about to hit it. You get it? So, sometime tomorrow, y'all, I will do the because I know somebody asked me. Sometime tomorrow, I'll do the pink zebra reveal so y'all can see what came in the new scent box today. Um, and yeah, I'll share that with y'all. But go to my Pink Zebra website and you can get all the new scents you want with the new accent shades and all that good stuff. Because I walked inside the store to pick up my package. The lady told me, "What you got here? It smells so good." Like you don't even understand. And one of my diffuser oils had leaked out in the box. So she was like, just sniff in my box. I'm like, go to my website, honey. You can get you some. I promise you. But yeah, so I'll do the reveal for y'all tomorrow or later on today. And so y'all can see what the new scents are. Because this is the Pink Club scent of the month. And all the new stuff that it entails. So, but we love y'all. What did we wait for? Uh, my book, y'all. My book. I gotta order some for those of y'all that asked. I think Quint says she got to get more too. So y'all will at our table that we'll have set up at the conference. You guys, the books will be there. Now I don't know if Quint gonna have all her books. Y'all asking the wrong one that question because I can't answer that. If y'all want, yeah, I don't know. If she's gonna have them all. Okay. You don't have them listen. You don't have your books listed on your site. Oh, I mean, you don't have your like if they go to your site, you don't have your Amazon link on your thing. Oh, yeah, and we both are also part of anthologies too. So if you type our name in because we're part of the anthology, those will also come up as well. So just so you guys know. But other than that, I because somebody asked inside the inbox. I don't know. For me, I'm only in two anthologies. I'm not sure about Quint, but I know I'm only in two. Um, no, okay, yeah, because I know I'm in two, but I don't really, yeah, because I never really fully understood how we were supposed to purchase those particular books to be able to get them out to you guys that did actually ask about them. So I'm not, yeah. And then so okay. All right. All right. So I get it now. So am I. So we're both working on new projects, you guys. So well, I told you guys that I was working on the 5 book mini series. The goal is to have all 5 completed before December. The first one will be completed by the end of this month. So that it could come out and be ready for you guys in October. And then the rest of them will follow. So working diligently. Um, Also, to let me say this, and then we're gonna cut it. If the Lord told you to do something, do it. Okay, because the Lord told me a long time ago to write books. I was blatantly disobedient. Chose not to pursue it. Chose not to do it. Allowed people to halfway talk me out of it until it got to the point of where when I started getting sick and couldn't do a lot, he brought it back to me again. Write the books, right? And so you have to listen to what he tells you to do. There's a purpose behind everything. Sometimes we don't know what the purpose is, and it may seem out of the norm to us, but you still got to be obedient because he's gonna bring you back to it one way or another. Okay, and so just make sure that you, even in all of your going outside of God's timing, do what He said. Just make sure that your wants and desires line up with His will, because if they line up with His will, He gonna make the want and desire possible. So that's all you got to do, right? And so with that being said, for those of you that have asked me about a listen, this is my first book, y'all. Quint got 4, 5, 6. Okay. But we do also know other authors as well that we met. Well, I mean, that was on some of our older shows. Um, if you guys really want us to put together a authors seminar, we can do it, but we're not going to do some of the things that you guys bring up and then not have the participation behind it. Because if we put in the work, we expect you to show up, right? That's just like somebody saying, "Hey, I want to be a wife." The person proposed and you don't show up to meet them at the altar. You know what I'm saying? Like, so don't do that, you guys. So a lot of this stuff we will do. So we'll propose it and we'll put up a tally sheet or a flyer, ask you guys to contact us. We don't get no hits, it just won't get done. Yeah, 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 the participation and everything. Mm-hmm. Yep. And we did them. We did what, four, what, three, four? The ones that we did do, we do appreciate the ones that purchased. We appreciate the ones that supported. So that please don't think that we didn't. But for the people that literally asked for it, they were not the ones to show, and they didn't even showcase their businesses. So it's a big difference for us. You know, we can showcase us all day, but that's not what we like to utilize the show for. We like to utilize it to showcase you. Yeah. Yep. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Just get it done. Just go get it done. Dog. We love y'all. We love y'all to live. Love you to life. Live every day, all purpose, and make it count.